So I think we're gonna be getting a snowstorm over the course of today. It'll be interesting to see how things turn out. Just getting out here now to do chores, try to get a few extra things set for the winter because I don't know, there's a good chance that right now, this might be the last time I see the ground until next spring. Good morning, large white farm dogs. Hey, Toby dog. Hey, Abby dog. How are you guys doing? Good morning, boys. How's it going? I'm here to hook you up with some fresh water. Good morning, Crudamoo. I'm here to feed you, or at least in a couple minutes, I'll break out the tractor and feed you gals. You want to say hello, Amelia? Yeah? How about you, Buff? No? I keep working on them, trying to make them more sociable. I know one thing I'm super grateful for right now is the fact that I have that barn that I can house this tractor in when we have crappy weather, because back in the day, the first chore to do when we had a snowstorm would be to dust off the tractor. Now we have this beautiful timber framed barn and it can house both the tractor, other equipment, as well as our vehicles. And so we have a nice easy driveway to clear too when the time comes.
This fresh snowstorm probably means I should give up on any more plans for doing brush hogging for the rest of the year.
And it's time to strap on the snowblower. The boys have plenty of hay, but that doesn't stop them from looking longingly at me when I got the tractor. Hey, Macho Man. Good to see you, buddy. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what are you doing on the wrong side of that fence? I know, you're my youngest calf and you're the only one who keeps slipping through. Come on, back in on the other side, come on. Stay out of my junk pile, come on. Oh, no, no. Yeah, I was starting to take apart some stuff and reuse some of the lumber and then sort some other stuff to go to the transfer station. I think I got a little bit too comfortable with the fact that we were having a very long stick season and that winter was never gonna come, but obviously that's never the case. Buffy, my girl, where are you going? The calves have already actually created problems for my watering system. The other day, one of the calves, and I'm pretty sure it was Buffy, actually crashed into the water line and knocked it down off my rigging. And now it's not perfectly sloped so that it drains automatically. You're being naughty there, calfy calf. Don't go through the rest of the barnyard, please. I'm talking to you, miss. Get out of here. All right, I think I'm gonna take this fence down. It's the only way I'm gonna get her out. Oh, Buffy, don't walk on that. That's thin ice. Yeah, you don't wanna walk on that there, girl. Here, can I lift this up for you? Can I get you to slide underneath it? Abby, Abby, tranquila, tranquila, Abby. Hey, you're gonna make the problem worse, come on. Yeah, just the way she keeps climbing back and forth over this water line makes me think that she was the one who knocked down the water line. Now I'm gonna open up the gate for you. Hang on, don't panic. Nice and easy. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Good girl, there we go. So yeah, at a certain point, I'm gonna have to fix this because I think my hose is frozen right now. Pretty sure it's frozen. Well, hi there, baby bee. You're not eating hay with everybody else? Good to see you, sweetie. Oh, do you think I had treats? I don't have any treats this morning. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Yes, you are. Good to see you, baby bee. Yeah, are you happy being with the rest of the fold? I think she is. Morning, birds! Wow, with the snow in here, it's pretty dark. Release the Kraken! All right, make way, excuse me, pardon me. Ah, yes, nothing like the bird feeding frenzy. At least this watering system is working out just great. I always find that the first couple of snowstorms and first few weeks of being in a winter setup, you have like all these like little kinks you gotta work out before you get everything humming and easy to do by the time you hit like January or so. And so I feel like I'm going through that a little bit here, where some things that I've tried are working really well and other things I'm trying aren't working all that well. If you guys are ever interested in trying to paint your home the same color as Goldshaw Farm, you'll please note that the color of Goldshaw Farm snow is slightly different than the color of Goldshaw Farm Large White Farm Dog. The Large White Farm Dog color of paint is actually a slightly darker, creamier color when compared to the fresh fallen snow. Yes, I know, Abby. You're getting your own paint brand. Now for a lot of these chickens, particularly the ones that are hanging out here by the door, this is like the first snow that they've ever really seen, or at least first snow in any meaningful dose that they'll ever see. So they're kind of cranky and they just want to stay inside here. No egg. My egg production is dropping way down at this point. Looks like we only got a sole lone duck egg so far this morning. Hey there, Ginny. It's actually now a few hours later. Came out to check on things and see how things are going. I don't know, we didn't get a ton of snow. It's like maybe 3 inches or so, but it's really wet and it's really heavy, so I think I'm gonna take a chance just to run the plow through just once through. I find that when you have really wet and heavy snow like this, it's important to plow multiple times so it doesn't build up too much, because this wet, heavy stuff can easily break like a shearing pin on the snowblower. Hey, Toby Dog. So when I was out here earlier, Toby Dog seemed to want to stay in here with all the birds, and so I let him. There we go. So I've actually changed the patch on the water line that runs down there. And rather than having a hose that's constantly connected to down there, which was kind of my hope, I'm gonna actually just keep this orange line handy, and I'll use that to run the water as needed. But at least that way, tomorrow when I have to fill up the water trough, I won't have to deal with defrosting the lines like I did today. Of course, I did injure myself while I was doing all of this. And quite honestly, it was the dumbest possible injury. So this is the hose cutter that I used to cut the poly pipe, and I left it in my pocket open, and then I reached into my pocket to grab a fastener, and I like put my finger right against it, so that doesn't feel very good. And yep, I got like 90% done with my driveway clearing, and suddenly the shearing pin snapped. I think it's because all this snow is so wet and heavy. Gotta clear it out. I'll fix this tomorrow. I just want to make sure I don't have too much snow in here that it gets stuck when I try to restart it. All right, well, at least our driveway is nice and cleared, and when Allison gets home from the hospital tonight, she'll be able to get in, no problem. Hey, dogs, I'm here to feed you. Got dark quick. Of course, right now I gotta find the dog dishes. Oop, there's Abby's dish. Uh-oh, Toby Dog. Can't find your bowl. Can't find your bowl. I don't think I'm gonna be able to feed you tonight. Is this it? Yep, there it is. Okay. I was just kidding, Toby Dog. I'll feed you. All right, we got food for the Abby Dog. Here you go, girl. And then we got the food for the Toby Dog. Yeah, you like that stuff, I know it. And I know that some of my longtime viewers are gonna feel like this is redundant, but basically, my dogs live outdoors 24/7, 365 days a year. And so even like when we have a snowstorm like this, they will live outside. But don't think I'm a monster, because they do have a house that they get to go into. So this multi-purpose structure right here has been a duck house, a goose house, a dog house, a goat house, and now it's serving as a dog house once again. And so this is where Toby Dog and Abby Dog live. Yet particularly on days like this, they like to be outside. And I've tried feeding them indoors, like inside their house when it's days like this, but they just seem to prefer to eat in their regular spot where I feed them every single day, which is right here for Abby Dog and down over by the hoop coop for Toby Dog. I'm gonna go inside and fix myself some supper, but let's check back in tomorrow morning and see how much snow we actually got. Whoa. Wow, did you guys look at that sunrise? It's very pretty. Wow, that is definitely something out there. I feel like sometimes I don't appreciate enough just how beautiful a place I live in and how beautiful this can all look. But particularly as I'm getting out here this morning, got that post-snowstorm beauty going, and kind of the light show happening with the sky just only adds to the whole effect. Good morning, Abby Dog. How are you doing, sweetheart? Hi, sweetie. Hi. Where's Mr. Toby Dog? Good to see you. Come on, let's go. Aw, does my Abby Dog want a pet on the belly? Yeah. Aw, good girl, sweetie. Oh, you're such a good doggy dog. Okay, let's go. All right, we got chores to do. Come on. I was wondering where Toby Dog is, but I see him now. He's out hanging with the cattle. Toby Dog, come here. Come here, Tobes. Wait, can he not get out? Toby, did you get yourself stuck in there? Toby, come here. Come on, Toby. Toby, come here. Can you get under the gate? Abby, how did Toby get stuck in there? Come on, buddy. Out you go. Well, you're dry, so you didn't spend the whole night out there. Hey, don't be a bully. Yeah. If I had to guess, he probably just snuck himself in there a few minutes ago. It was probably easier for him to get in than it is to get out, and so he got stuck in there. Ever since I moved the cattle down here, the dogs have been slipping under the gate to go visit with them and then slipping back out. But I'm pretty sure with the snow, that's gonna come to an end pretty soon. Yeah, you got stuck? I love you, buddy, but you got stuck. Oh, wow, would you look at that? There's a coyote that's sneaking by here. You know, after we have a big storm like the one we had yesterday, I'm not surprised to see a coyote wandering out like this. Ordinarily, it would be extremely rare for them to want to be out in the open in a field like that during broad daylight, but my guess is they probably got trapped somewhere during the storm and now they're just trying to make their way back home. I know that we have a coyote den about 3/4 of a mile from the point I'm standing in right now, and if I had to guess where that coyote was heading, it was probably heading back home. I've actually seen that very coyote pop up on trail cameras, and so he's definitely, or she's definitely, a local here to our farm. And I know there's gonna be some folks in the comments saying, hey, you gotta go get your rifle buddy and take care of that coyote. But the truth of the matter is, I really like to have our farm be all about kind of a live and let live philosophy. And so unless that coyote was actually trying to come here and create problems, I don't see any reason why I can't peacefully coexist with the coyotes. Remember, my friends, farms are ecosystems, and it's not just about your livestock or your crops that you're growing on your farm. It's also about coexisting and balancing all the natural forces that are within our parcel of land, and even outside of our parcel of land to a certain extent. Hey, baby bee, don't worry, you're safe. You got me, you got Abby, you got Toby, and you got your whole fold with you now too. I know. Are you glad to be back with everybody? You seem like you are. It's kind of nice actually having the whole fold here together. All right, so here we got Belinda Carlisle. Here we got Baby B. All right, let's see you side by side. Come here, Baby B, come on. Like Belinda's like, no, don't take my attention. She's definitely bigger than Baby B, but Baby B's getting there. She's getting to be a good size. Oh, hi, sweetie. So this orange hose is intended to replace the black hose now. We're gonna see how this does. All right, now I should have the water running and flowing. And by the time I get down to that orange hose, it should be filling up the water trough. Fingers crossed, my friends. Okay, this is a good sign. We're getting just a little bit of drip off of here, which is okay. I'm not gonna sweat that. Then we see our girl Belinda getting a drink of some of that fresh water. Good job. All right, it's working. Yay. You know, I'm really glad I actually put in the effort to fix that yesterday during the storm, because it's making my morning so much easier. I could picture just coming out here and having to deal with like blow torches and thawing out water lines again to get them water, and that would have kind of sucked. Now I just need to figure out a daily way to drain this hose and clear it so it doesn't freeze. Ideally, I'd love to store it outside. That way it'll save space in our mudroom and I'm not constantly having to lug it in and out, which, you know, once or twice is not a big deal. But if I'm doing it every day, I know it's gonna be one of those tasks that I start to resent and like really like hate, because it's so inefficient, and I know it's inefficient. And the fact that I'm having to waste like, I don't know, 5 minutes dealing with it every day, like all of those 5-minute aggravations start to add up. And so I'll have to come up with a good strategy for draining this hose. And so stay tuned for that. And as I turn my attention back to the cattle pen, what I'm noticing is Toby Dog has gotten himself stuck in there again. I know you want to help your cattle, but I think the coyote's gone. Come on, Topes. Can you figure out a way to sneak out of here? Because I'm worried that you're going to get stuck over the course of the day if you keep coming through. Toby, come here. Belinda's guarding the door, and so he's a little nervous. You, get out of here. Come on. Can I get you through here? No? All right, I'm going to open the gate up for you, but that means you got to be careful not to go back in here, or else you're going to keep getting stuck. All right, come on out. Toby Dog, you ready to do the bird chores? Huh, buddy? Let's go. Come on. Morning, birds! How's everybody doing this morning? Well, it definitely feels nice and toasty in here, especially relative to everything out there. I gotta admit, having my birds live in a greenhouse is something that is now my favorite way to manage poultry in a cold weather climate. Like having a winter greenhouse for your birds, it makes a massive difference. Hey. Don't get a jump on the food just yet. Come on, guys. Give me a chance to at least let you outside. Get out of there. Release the Kraken! Look at those happy, hungry birds. It's funny, the geese seem like the only ones who really want to brave the cold. All the other birds are preferring to stay in the warmth and comfort of the greenhouse. This poor little duck is freezing her footsies. She wants me to pour some fresh water. Usually on cold nights like the one we had, I will typically remember to dump out their water troughs that night so that I don't have to deal with frozen water. But I forgot to do that last night. Luckily, I think the low was only like 25 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not that cold. But it was cold enough to freeze up the ice and snow that fell, and now it's very crusty and hard. That fact alone makes me really glad that I did my snow plowing last night to get at least a lot of the material off the ground. Looks like we got a couple of duck eggs here. Ugh, and one way under there. Could you get that duck egg for me? Well, I guess one way I can solve this problem is maybe use my camera's tripod. Success. And yes, you guys, I'm well aware that I could have easily gone on my hands and knees and picked it up, but as you can see, the ground is kind of spackled in duck and goose poop, and I really need to put down some fresh bedding. Hey, you can see Beetlejuice is putting in the work. Good job, Beetlejuice. So the one nice thing about being on a farm in Vermont is in the winter, you have a wood stove, and that wood stove produces ash. Sometimes I'll use this ash for dust baths for the chickens, but other times I just use it as like a deodorizer, neutralizer that I put down before I put down the fresh bedding. I don't know this scientifically speaking, but I have a theory that this helps make the compost that comes out of this hoop coop even better for growing stuff in the future. And then I'll just take a bale of straw, just like so, and I'll cut it open. Both my four-legged friends and my two-legged friends help me spread it all around. Yeah, you're making your Abby nest? Aw, you're adorable. You know that? You know that, weirdo? You are adorable. Now, what we need to do is disconnect this hose. I'm just gonna tighten this just a little bit, get any extra excess water out. You see, the problem was when the cattle broke my line, it was water like this that was getting trapped in the line and making the whole line freeze up. And so before I could pump water through this line, I was gonna have to basically defrost it and break up the ice so that the water can push through and get to where it needs to go. And it doesn't have to drain perfectly. It just has to be like, I don't know, probably about 95% drained. And then when it comes to this hose, I need to wrap it in a way so that as I'm wrapping it up, I'm actually letting the water drain all the way down the bottom of it. I think I'm gonna put this on a spool to make this job easier every morning. Morning, boys. How's it going? Got some fun stuff for you. Come on, come with me. Hang on, hang on, hang on. So it seems like the goats fared pretty well with the storm. They were nice and cozy last night when I checked on them in their goat house. They are gonna need some fresh water. Can you guys hear me? I think I just dropped my microphone in the water. Check, check, check. Microphone, check, check, check. Is this working? I think this is working. And if this is not working, then I'm gonna probably have to dub all of this over, so. Yeah, I won't know until we edit this video.
So all in all, I gotta say this was not very bad for a first storm of the year. In fact, I'm not even sure how much snow we got, but I have a way to measure this.
I got it. So a viewer sent this to me. You know, there's the YouTube meteorologist Ryan Hall, and so this is the yawl meter. And so let's do our first yawl measurement of the year, huh? All right, I think right by the garden is a good spot to do this, and I'll try to measure it from the same spot every time we have a snowstorm. The snow is actually so thick and icy, it doesn't even go through, but I just came up with an even better idea. Let's just measure it right against this. Should get us to pretty much what it is. I'll call it like 2 1/4, maybe 2.5 inches that we got. I think what makes this snowstorm interesting is the fact that there was just so much ice to it, and the fact that there was some rain and it was like really warm, and now that we had a good hard freeze last night, because I think the temperature is about 22 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Like, you would not want to get into a snowball fight with somebody using this snow. Hey, winter is here, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be back real soon with another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all meter. You all meter. You guys. The you guys meter. I think the you guys meter would be like the New England way of saying it.